Welcome everybody to another episode of Uneducated MMA. I'm your host with the most wandering, and I'm joined by the BMF champion of the world, REG.
Let's go.
Shout out, bro.
Hell yeah.
So much energy right when we start.
I
love it,
because, UFC brings energy.
Honestly, it was last episode that it took me a second to get into the rhythm and the groove because we had like a 6-week break. But before that, technically it was like a 7-week break because we recorded the episode before the break even started. So it was a while.
Yeah, right? It was a little break in the...
Dog, I didn't know what to do with myself. Honestly, I feel like every time, because then remember, that's like 6 weeks of like no podcast and then there's no fights. So I feel like I didn't really see you. So every time every time I saw you, it was just like, still. We would just be like,
what's
yo,
going on? What are you doing for fun? I don't know.
Staring at the wall. I don't know.
I picked up playing cards.
Playing cards, just solitaire for 4 hours in a row. Every Saturday night, that's what I do. I play solitaire. Yeah. So I needed something to do. I was driving myself insane. I don't know. I tried to fill it with a void. There were a lot of TV shows that popped up, so that was pretty cool. I got into that. There was still some podcast stuff. Tune into 806 The Show, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
For your entertainment. Actually, that was the project. Now that I think about it, it's weird because we record stuff and then it just comes out at random times. For your entertainment, watch that. Yeah. That was what we actually kind of worked on in the meantime. So I guess that filled my time. But definitely happy that the UFC fights are back because I'm gonna tell you right now,
Paramount.
You forget how weird your schedule is when you don't have that every single Saturday. So then they started off with a bang, like I said in the last episode. We had UFC 324 last week, and this week we got UFC 325 off rip.
Back to back, Paramount Plus.
I'm with it. Honestly, so let's get into that. What do you think of the first I was going to say episode, but the first showing of Paramount Plus? I feel like UFC on Paramount Plus is a vibe I can get with. I feel like
I do like the reintroduction to the UFC history.
Yep.
In all the clips and kind of reminding people here are the superstars of the past.
Yeah.
Paying homage and stuff like that. I do like that they kind of it does feel like, remember, like when you get like a new Spider-Man movie and then we're back to the origin and shit. That's what it kind of feels like. But I liked it. It was exciting. They definitely added their own little spice to it.
For sure. I think it was necessary though to get that reintroduction because I think the whole idea with them going to Paramount to begin with is like, let's get these new fans involved. Let's get more people into the sport. So like for me, let's give you a recap of where we're at. Let's give you some insane highlight moments to show you like where we are today, and then let's go from here. Like let's tell this story. I will say, a little weird. I felt like a lot. It was a lot to kind of get through. They were doing a lot. What's his name? Travis Barker was drumming away in the middle of the octagon at one point. There was a lot of like, I feel like a lot of promo involved at the beginning. Like you said, they told the story of the UFC, but then after that, they did like 4 other things that was very promo heavy of like, here, we're going to show you this fight, but then we're also going to go back to the history of the UFC. Then I don't know, I feel like there was a lot of like camera switching and a lot of like,
it was a
lot of intro to the point where the fights, even though they were supposed to start, I think it was at like 5 or something like that, they actually started a little later. Like the prelim started like 30 minutes later, and then so did the main card.
I was like, where the fuck was the prelim?
It's because they had to do a lot of intro. I think it was just for this one though.
How do you feel about the Paramount commentators?
I liked it. Different take.
It was definitely different.
To be fair, it was still 3 of the UFC, legends, and then they decided to throw in. I'm blanking on her name, and I feel so bad because I thought she did a good job. I thought she was a little shaky at first, but I think she was just trying to get into the rhythm. Yeah. But they had Dominic Cruz up there, Michael Bisping, and then I think they had Chris Weidman as well. So they were like, we're gonna put the familiar commentary faces that you're used to seeing, and then we're gonna put her in there. I'm gonna look her up right now to see what her name was because I'm blanking. But she was the host of UFC 324. She did a good job though of like she would be like, this is the situation, what are your thoughts, and immediately would hand it off to them who have the expertise.
I think I know.
Kate Scott, that's what her name is. She apparently does a lot of soccer, football, but like overseas, I don't know.
British, right?
Sure.
Or British.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There was relax.
My bad.
That was in the first 15 minutes. We went over the algorithm.
I don't
But she did. I think she did a good job. I will say I like the whole intro. I felt like I like the production aspect of some of this stuff. Like I was saying beforehand, that's what I was kind of hoping for, that they kind of make the exciting big moments exciting and big. I feel like for the most part, they would be like, yo, this fight night is almost the same as this huge numbered card. That's about it. UFC 300 that we always go back to is the only one that was like really special because it was like such a benchmark. They felt the need that they had to do something different. Whereas some of the other cards, I feel like it all kind of blends in. The fights will be very special, but in terms of like everything around it, it's the same.
Yeah, it's all regular.
Yeah, you get used to the same UFC intro. You get used to the same entrances and stuff like that. So I feel like for the most part,
there is that sense of like you kind of miss the.
Yeah.
It's like, some of the stuff is cool, of course, but like some of it's just like I like the simple.
I'm gonna see how they kind of transition going forward because, like I said, it's the first one. They had a lot that they kind of had to introduce.
It's a little too much.
Real busy.
Yeah.
Real busy. So I'm hoping
busy.
that like with the ones coming forward, like they kind of tone it down. I think for sure we're gonna tell by 325 kind of what the vibe is gonna be going forward. That first one, I think that they had a lot to kind of like introduce to the fans, and then now
but it had a great response. It was one of the most viewed.
It went big. I think the biggest part right there, like we talked about, it's just the math and the money right there.
Yeah.
Well, $89.99 or $79.99 per pay-per-view versus $8.99 a month, and you could just watch them. That's a huge difference for a lot of people. I'm 110% telling you that put in a huge aspect of people going into it. Now, I wonder how many people that were just Paramount Plus users that didn't even really care about the UFC decided to be like, throw this on.
Oh, why not? It's right front and center as soon as you go to Paramount Plus. Hey, man, I don't personally pay for my Paramount Plus.
Fair.
So it was kind of clutch.
Yeah.
you know. Out of all the ones that like I did, like I pay for a lot of them, but like for this one being a borrowed one, clutch to have the UFC pop up on this one.
Yeah, I
feels
think
free.
Well, I noticed same kind of idea at my crib. It's my I think it's my cousin or something. I don't know. Somebody was logged into the. I never used Paramount Plus like that. So I remember that somebody came over and they were like, "Yo, we need to watch this movie." And I was like, "What's it on?" We'd like search for it. It's only on Paramount Plus. So they logged into theirs. Never thought of anything afterward because I don't use it. Like this is I think I'm only really gonna use it to watch UFC fights. I really don't think I'm gonna. I looked around. Couple of shows I've been told to watch, but nothing where I was just like, man.
That Sonic 3 I heard was.
Yo, Sonic 3 was good, but I saw it in theaters. There was a lot. There was just like I don't know. There was not a whole lot, but I went on his, and he does not watch any of this stuff at all. Like I'll tell you right now, he is very. I mean, it's CJ. CJ be pulling up for the fights when I tell him to pull up, but other than that, he doesn't really. I don't see him going out of his way to like look up old fights or anything like that. Shout out CJ. Also, happy late birthday. He literally doesn't watch any of that. And I went on his account to watch because I was like, I'm not gonna log out, log back into mine. So I went in and it was just the first thing that I saw. So they were promoting it to everybody.
Everyone.
To get to my point. They were promoting it to everybody. They were like, everybody and their grandmother got to click into 324, which let's get into. UFC 324, Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje walks out and new interim lightweight champion. Again. For the second time. It was just wild stat to have.
I know, right? It's like not a champion.
No, but almost.
Two-time interim.
Yeah. I feel like when it's a 0.5 and a 0.5, put it together, it's one. You know what I'm saying? So
honestly,
one title shot or reign on his record, in my opinion.
Honestly, I'll give that to him.
I give it to him. If you can get technically to the belt twice, regardless of the situation, you were a champion.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the one, like, you know how, like Dustin Poirier, we were like, oh, he's interim. He didn't really hold it like that, da-da-da. Like, this is one where you're like, I know it's still not uniform, but, like, that's not his fault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, maybe if he, I don't know. We're going to see come White House time, but maybe if he fought Ilia Topuria in January, this would have been a different situation, but I don't know.
He's such a American.
Yeah.
Bro.
Down to when he walked out, we were like, this is, I think it was you. You were like, this is the most American song. And we had no idea what it was saying or nothing. Like, this is the most American. You were like waving the flag around. It was crazy.
It was like, oh, man. It reminded me of like Undertaker when he switched up.
Yeah, the Great American Badass.
Yeah. When he's
Shout out.
Yeah. I was like, oh. Justin Gaethje, American as hell.
Well, even when they did the whole thing with the custom shorts, his custom shorts, remember, were like black and gray, but they were the American flag. It was almost like a Blue Lives Matter-esque type of thing.
Yeah.
He's
very
very
cop-like.
Yeah, he's one of them. You know what I'm saying? You look at him, you're like, you understand? From Colorado, you know.
Street.
Seems like a great guy.
Yeah,
seems like a great guy.
And not even like detective kind of cop.
Yeah,
like
know for Justin Gaethje.
Yeah. He's like SWAT.
He's like SWAT.
He's not like
no. He's a different level of dedicated for sure.
Yeah.
He wants to be put in the fire.
Like he's not like patrolman. He's not no detective. He ain't gonna figure nothing out. He's just straight up SWAT.
No, he's like I'm breaching the door.
Yeah.
I'm first.
Yeah.
I'm first. Yeah, he definitely showed that in this fight, especially because like for him, I love the way he says it in the press conferences leading up to the fight. Stop asking me questions of what I'm gonna do after. I'm going in here to die. Like whatever happens, happens. Like but that's I feel like the mentality you have to have, especially when you fight the way he does,
bro.
The fact that he didn't really get knocked down at any point in time was surprising because Paddy did land some good shots. Listen, Paddy took a beating.
Yeah.
Hey, Scousers do not get knocked out.
Yeah.
But he took a beating. He got a full can of ass whooping. But he did not, get, I guess, knocked out. There were some moments where I was like, this is, hey, ref. Hey, it's close. But I'm going to be honest with you.
But think about, like, the damage that was inflicted. Like,
you see his face afterwards?
Oh, my
God.
I didn't recognize him.
This photo's going around right now.
That didn't even look like him.
No, it doesn't. No. He looked like he got, like, you know when they do, like, movies and they're like, we got to make you, like, look like a funny character, so they put, like, the prosthetics on people's faces. That's kind of what he looks like. This photo's going around of him right now where it's a great photo. It's, like, him and I believe his wife or whatever is, like, giving him a kiss, but he's all, like, swollen. He's still got the sunglasses on because, his eyes are just done right now. But he's, speedy recovery to him. Great fight. But
I think Gaethje, like the Terminator, still the same face.
Yeah.
And then, like, I understand if he wasn't getting punched much and stuff like that, but he was getting hit too. So it's kind of like, bro, what did you do differently?
Yeah.
That your face doesn't make it react to punches no more.
No, bro. I think it was also you that said it when we were watching the fights. You were just like, yo, you're surprised that there's no like scar tissue to get him cut early. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it worked the other way around. I think it hardened him.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he just has like
calloused up.
He's like metapod, just like hard. You know what I'm saying? Like because it's like he was taking like listen, there was some hard shots, and at some point I believe there was some like stepping elbows also with Paddy. Like they would get like. It was a car accident. Every time they were getting to an exchange, for the most part, it would initially be like a clash, and then from there they would go into some sort of like, all right, let's find our distance and then start striking. But for the most part, it was like clash first, maybe a quick tussle in the clinch, and then from there they break, and then they get the distance. Every time they clash, I think Paddy was noticing. He's like, all right, I could probably throw in like a quick little step in, and he did start throwing them. So I was like, at some point that's got to cut him. And Justin not once bled.
Bro.
Like, no, maybe a little in his mouth or something like that. But other than that, I feel like for the most part, he was fine. It's tough.
Bro, the thing about him is, like, he's a dog amongst dogs.
Yeah.
Like, there's a bunch of fighters in the UFC. And to us, like, average human being, fighters in general are dogs.
Yeah.
Like, amongst dogs, he's another level of dog.
They recognize, it is because they all recognize it. Like, I think that.
Holy shit.
There's a lot of people, and this is why I picked Paddy to beat him on the last episode, and obviously I was proven wrong, but, like, there's a lot of people that I think can beat competitively Justin Gaethje. But if we're talking, we're scrapping, we're banging the ones in the center of the octagon, 2. We saw 1 with Max Holloway. Honestly, 10 out of 10 times, Dustin Poirier and him, either one of them could do it. I just feel like that's a certain level of person. The one that gets in the pocket, that's what we always say it. A lot of people can do the Max Holloway point. It's a different person to really stand in the pocket and trade like that. Yeah. And just be like, yo, we're throwing it to the wind. Whatever happens, happens.
Happens.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, there's not many.
Couple prelim warriors that live by that code for sure, but I don't see a lot of these main card guys because they fight smarter. No offense to Justin Gaethje, who just won a belt, but
Justin Gaethje
he's like I'm either getting put down or you're getting put down. That's his game plan.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good. Like
you see, like his resume of people he's beaten.
Yeah,
even people he's fought.
Yeah, he's been there for a while, bro. People forget. Like he's also one of those guys that's been fighting since he was young. So like he's been through a decent amount of like big names,
Wars.
like wars, and that's why like we were saying it's surprising that he doesn't get cut easy because I'm like, bro, how are you able? Because all his fights look like this. To anybody that's tuning in that watched that, but this is their first UFC fight, or maybe their first Justin Gaethje fight. That's all of them. That's all of them. I couldn't unless he fought somebody that was like maybe Khabib is the only fight I saw with him that it wasn't like that, but that was Khabib was like, I'm not standing in front of you. Why would I do that? And he knew his wrestling was the path to victory. He's going that route. For anybody that would fight him, I think that they know that is the correct way to fight Justin Gaethje. If you can get past his takedown defense, get him to the ground, he has decent like ground defense, but for the most part, you got to be like a submission threat and you'll get him out of there. I think for the most part, most of the losses, which aren't that many that I've seen of his, come from submission. Then I think the only times I've really seen him get put out like live that I'm watching was Max Holloway. I can't really think of another time that I've seen him in like knocked out. That decision stuff, sure, it's submitted, of course, but like
that was a perfect fight to start the year off for
Paramount. It was
because, well, first of all, Dana needs to pay this guy. I see him like not complaining, but like expressing his frustrations with
14 fights, 50K bonuses. It turns out to be $700,000. He's surprised he never broke $1 million. 14 fight of the night bonuses. 14. The human highlight reel.
And he's exactly what Dana White wants.
Yeah, exactly.
Of a fighter. He's not one of these other wrestlers that just he's what you literally want.
I think that I do agree, and we've talked about this a lot when it comes to the fighter pay. I do think that he should have gotten paid more, but to be fair, I do think that in general that bonus whole structure, which they did improve on, I think it overall needed to be kind of like structured a little differently. I genuinely think that I was thinking about this on the ride over here, like. Why not do it as like a yo, if you're in the top 5, you get X amount for a bonus. If you're in the top 10, it's this much. If you're in the top 15, it's this much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that way, like it's also an incentive for you to fight at a higher level. And then those higher level guys that are in these crazy fights that like obviously are a huge draw, they get paid more. Because I don't think if you're not a champion, you don't get pay-per-view points. Maybe there's a few outliers that even if they're not holding a belt, might still get pay-per-view points. I would say Justin Gaethje is like a big, like, I'm tuning in to watch this one. Like, Christ. But I don't know if he necessarily was getting that kind of bread. So if they did it where it was like, we're going to pay you a little bit more on the bonus, that'd work out. But I don't think it should just be him. Like, I don't think it just because he's him. I agree. His contract should probably be higher because of the guy he is.
Like, I feel like there's like some type of like, it's not like there's hate, but there's like some little like beef with Gaethje in the higher ups. In a sense, we're like, man, I'm about to retire if you guys don't give me what I want.
Here's what I'll say. With him, I think his beef is that he's not as good as the other guys that are better than him. Like, I think that's just what it is. Like, the other guys who are, like, back and forth with the title, they're in that kind of spotlight, they're getting paid crazy because they've held that goal. They achieved the thing. He has had his opportunities. He did not achieve the thing. Like we said earlier, he technically got a half and now another half. So we'll count it as a whole.
It's kind of crazy that he's back up there again.
Yeah,
at this older age.
But it's one of those things is of like he's up there, low key due to the route that he took, and then the fact that Ilya's not there. If I genuinely think even if Ilya was there, it would be the same thing. It would be a car accident. I would think that Ilya still would probably win. My whole thing when it comes to Justin and Max is that Max fought very smart. Very, very smart. I now that I watched Ilya and Max, I still think that there's a version of Max and Justin where Justin, like, he with the power he has, he can clip Max and get him out of there. So, like, I could see a situation where an Ilya versus Justin, like Justin might have a puncher's chance, but like strategically with the striking, I feel like I lean more towards Ilya. I've just seen, I don't know, man. When it happens in real time, it's so quick that it's just like, oh, that was crazy. But then when you see it slow down, you see the breakdown, and you get like the methodical kind of steps he took to get you in a position to touch that chin. That's different. That's different than I feel like what Justin Gaethje does. Yeah, Justin Gaethje's like, I'm just standing in this back, I'm gonna throw. Every time, like, especially when it gets to round 4 and 5, when I've seen his fights, he's like, I'm just throwing. power. I don't know. This is not going to be if it lands, you die. But if you don't, we'll throw another one. Like I don't know. It gets sloppier, I guess, as the rounds go on. You see his like striking just kind of like not deteriorate. It's just more so like he starts throwing more like a heavyweight. Like I'm throwing bombs, you know. So I don't know, man. I feel like he got. In a weird way, it's weird to say, but he got kind of lucky the way he got to this round. Like, shout out to him, look, 37, getting that gold, like that's a very impressive. But we're not going to sit here and act like he didn't really get like an easy kind of Armin Sarukian I think would handle him, and I think Ilya Topuria would handle him. If Islam was still there, Islam would have handled him as well. Like you see what I'm saying,
bro? But to be fair, like, I agree with all those, but.
Charles Oliveira, who has beat him, is still there. Let them get matched up again.
I think every single one of those would be difficult.
Yeah. For who? Justin Gaethje or for like them? For the other guy?
For both.
For both. I think that they would be difficult fights for sure.
It's just like Justin Gaethje's like one of those like you could probably beat him, but like you were about to have a hard time taking him out.
Yeah. I think that he fought very well. He fought very smart. He did, I think, out technique in certain spots, Paddy Pimblett. Where I picked Paddy was that I thought that Paddy was more well-rounded in the grappling aspect when it comes to Justin Gaethje. Like I said in the last episode, as much as this man is well-known for his wrestling, boy, do I hardly see it. Yeah. Like I said, every fight of his is a car accident. I don't.
Oh, for sure. It's like
it is what it is. He just throws himself to the fire, you know. So I don't know, man. I feel like with him, the
experience showed.
The experience did show. It definitely did show.
Yeah.
All right, to wrap that one up, who's next for Justin? Do we got what did I write down here? Justin versus Ilya at the White House in June. Do we got Gaethje Ilya, or do we got Gaethje versus Conor, which apparently is the hot one that people are talking about? Ilya technically is supposed to apparently fight Islam. That's the thing to make. But at this point, Justin,
I thought no Russians.
That's what I thought. And then Justin over here being the interim champion. He gets the direct fight with whoever the current champion is, unless Ilya decides to give up the belt, and then that just makes him the unified. I think it's going to be Gaethje and Ilya.
I think Gaethje, Ilya. I'd rather see Ilya Sarukian.
I think I sent you. I don't know if you saw because it was like a little bit before we pulled up here. Sarukian's talking about if they don't give me my shot, bro, I'm going down to 145. Like, he's really like, at this point, bro, I'm not waiting any longer. I'll cut to 140. Title shot. He wants a title shot at 145.
Immediately?
Immediate title shot at 145.
I think he beats everyone in that division.
I'm intrigued to see. I think the weight cut is what I'm intrigued to see by it. That'll be the test for me. I
don't know why, but when I see him fight, it's just like this guy's super freaking talented.
He is, and I think that he would give because all right. So we're gonna go with this obviously with Saturday coming up with Diego Lopes versus Alexander Volkanovski. We're gonna say that Volk is still champ for whatever reason. I think that he would have a harder time against Volk than he would if Diego Lopes wins on Saturday. If Diego Lopes is still champ, I think Sarukian versus Diego Lopes, it goes Sarukian. If it's Sarukian Volkanovski, I think it might be Volk, bro. With the work that was Volk Islam 1, I don't know, man.
You know what's the problem with this one? It's been a while since I've seen Volk.
It's not been that long.
When was the last one?
A few months ago.
Bro, I don't remember how
he handled Diego Lopes. That's why we were like, why are they fighting again?
Yeah. I can't remember the fight. I don't know why I'm blanking on how good he is.
It was just so many fights, I guess.
Because I always, I have to see it again to be.
We'll get a couple.
I need a reminder.
Well, here's what I'll say. Now that we're in the week of fight week right now, if we're going up to 325, you'll see a lot of fight recaps. You'll see a lot of highlights. You'll get those moments. You'll be like, you're right. You forget those last minute replacements. Volk on a day and a half notice or whatever the memes are. Like he is that guy. He is that guy. He only had.
Isn't he old too?
He's older, but I wouldn't say he's old. I think the issue with Volk was that he did what Merab did. He fought way too many times in a year. Did not get the rest and the relaxation and the proper break that he needed, and he just rushed back in there, and it caught up to him. But I don't think that I would say that he's necessarily fell off in skill. I think it's also a thing of like, sometimes you just fight guys that are way better than you. I'm not saying that Armin isn't really skilled. I think that he's honestly the best, if not one of the best, in that lightweight division. I think he also gives Ilya like some tough work. But
Right.
I just find that like if we were to say like with the weight cut and stuff like that, I don't know, man. I feel like I just give it to Volk. I feel like I just lean more towards him, especially after watching him versus
So
Islam.
well-rounded.
Very, very. I think this White House card, though, we'll see what happens with
It's
this
gonna be
White card.
interesting.
They're
How
gonna,
you gonna? You can't even you can't keep it fully American. I've
no.
noticed.
And then apparently the main event is going to be a 1 of 1. They're only going to do this one time. It's going to be a one-off. They're not going to do it again. So this might be like a 2 random people fighting that should not be fighting each other. It may be in a catch weight.
Chama.
That's what I'm thinking.
Chama Jones.
I think it might be Chama Jones.
Oh snap! This is not even for any rankings or nothing. It's just
just vibes
it's
for the fans,
man.
All right, let's see what else happened on 324. Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. Sean O'Malley beat Song Yadong via decision. Title shot rematch against Peter Yan. For Sean, what do we think? I think so.
I think so.
I think if he waits, I think if he's smart with it, he waits. He sees winner of Merab and Peter Yan. If Peter Yan is still the champion, I think he goes to Sean O'Malley. I think if Merab is the champion again, I think they might skip over Sean O'Malley to try to make a fresh matchup, but maybe they still give it to him as a.
Just because it's
what's there.
Yeah, right. He's just a star that you want to keep freaking trying to ignite.
Yeah,
like if you can try to gas that up a little bit.
I know he's your boy.
Good for the sport.
I know he's your boy, and I apologize in advance for this.
Yeah.
But your boy Umar is not getting a title shot. Your boy Umar, it's tough. Bro. It's tough.
It's just that it's like I love seeing like the craft that they developed over there in Dagestan with the Islams in that camp.
Yeah, but
he's like a.
But here's my thing:
impressive grappler, man.
He is, but my problem with it is it's really difficult where you have this big legacy from Khabib that then transitions into Islam, and they're two guys that are amazing to watch because it's like they're just going for the finish.
Yeah.
At any point in time, you got to be careful. They're trying to kill you. Umar, I don't really get that.
Yeah.
I really just get. I'm like either he just gets it to a position where he gets comfortable and decides to hold them, or maybe the opposition is just good enough, where they can kind of like, all right, he can't get any further, but I can't get out. Like he can't move, but I'm kind of stuck here, which doesn't make sense.
He is still young, and I feel like that's something that's gonna be. I want to say I feel like they're aware, like the camp's aware.
Yeah.
Like, we need to do something about this part.
That, I think, is where his markability is struggling there. Like, I feel like with him, if he's not able to start getting these finishes and getting his people already know the name, so you don't have to worry about the name. Nurmagomedov on any card is like, whoa, there it is. Like, you get excited just to hear it because you think you're going to see what you're going to see. But then you see Umar fight, and you're like,
it's Khabib's cousin?
Sure.
Yeah, right. Same last name.
I don't know. I think that they are.
Maybe he's the prince. I don't know.
I think there's family involved in some way. I just don't know what the lineage is, so I'm gonna just let that one chill.
Yeah.
I just don't understand if he doesn't necessarily improve on that aspect. I think you might start finding a thing where, like, because of ranking, maybe he'll start getting main events. But I think even then, he still might stay in like a co-main event of like a fight night, like. And he's ranked, I think, like 2 in the division.
He's ranked 2. He just won.
Yeah.
So he still has to wait.
He's about to get Armin. He's about to get real Armin very fast. He's going to be like, listen, I understand you got the rank. You get the rank. He is. Dana White don't like you. Yeah. So imagine Armin, who's exciting. Dana White don't like him. He's not getting a title shot. Umar, not really that exciting. Dana might feel meh about him. I don't know what the math is for you to get the title shot, but
how does he feel about the Dagestani?
I think he likes the whole camp and what they represent, but I think that he definitely gets a little annoyed with a few of them when they expect to have, like, when they come in and they're like, they copy. Like I was saying this in the last episode, you copy what works for you. Like, what you see is working, you copy. Maybe the ones that are coming over here that don't speak English very well, a lot of the Russian-based fighters and whatnot, I smash your boy. I'm going to smash him. They just say that repeatedly. Yeah. Then you watch them fight, you're like, you didn't do that to anybody. There was nothing involved in that. There's not a single thing that you said in the press conference or any of it in the lead-up that I saw in the octagon. You held a man down for 15 minutes, 25 minutes. Like, you did not There was nothing.
You gotta show us. You gotta show sign, man.
Yeah, man. But I think that's
knock a nigga out. He definitely Umar needs to knock somebody out. Maybe next fight.
Yeah. I think that's
just to spice it up a little
quick
bit.
Submission, or it's got to be like, yo, we're gonna work on your ground and pound. You're gonna get in there. You're gonna elbows to the face. You're gonna make this a John Jones bloody mess. Like, you need to disfigure whoever is there.
Repeated elbows, not TKO.
Yeah.
Next fight.
Yeah, like this,
or a Darce choke. That's like,
quick.
Oh, where'd you?
Yeah, like it has to be
How'd you get to there?
Yeah, like it's got to be a quick transition, just click,
like a fucking alligator.
You gotta. I think that's what they gotta work on. Because here's my thing: like we know he's dominant, right? The moment he starts actually like ending people inside the octagon, everyone is on board with Umar. Because
you know what's the part
you just need that little bit, that little thing right there, and it changes everyone's mindsets.
Like I see it when I watch him fight. He made me appreciate grappling. Him and Merab. I don't know why, but that fight specifically.
You see the dominance in the slight little technique. You're like, bro, all because he has his hips slightly to the right, he can't even get up.
The counter to the counter, the reversals.
When they scramble, when they
scramble, and then when he's like a cat with great balance, always lands on his feet.
Yeah.
Like the amount of takedowns that were attempted, and for some reason he kept his balance. He wasn't able to get. I think like little shit like that.
It's messed up to say, but for me, the moments that it goes along with what you're saying right now, the moments that really get me is when the guy who's like, this guy has not had a single round. He has just been down. He has been getting held down by Umar or whoever it is for rounds and rounds and rounds. This guy has no chance. And then they get that like slight burst of energy where you see that they're gonna go for like a reversal. You like think they might get out of it, and then like you said, just like a cat, they're like, no. Like they immediately like shut it right down. The crowd is getting hyped, then immediately it's like, no.
It's like, yo, you guys are stupid smart to like you know what to do in every scenario.
Yeah.
Have you like what's that dude's name that like the wrestling dude like if you can take me down or whatever. I'll give you $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
What's the IG dude?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I don't remember his
I forget his name, but like it reminds you of that.
Yeah.
Like, just every move has a reversal.
Yeah. I know what you're gonna do before you even do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the cool thing about him. Like I said, if you're a real big fan of the technique, for sure. Where I think that we're starting to blend the lines a little bit, and I think everybody, for the most part, is starting to come on board with it. Maybe a few people are still kind of like fighting against it. This is a blurred sport entertainment, WWE-esque. Yeah. Like WWE went with sports entertainment. Like they went with that as what they are.
Yeah.
This is kind of what it is, especially now that we're going into Paramount, where Paramount is more so about the entertainment. Like they want the guy who's going to get on the mic and say something crazy. They want the person that's going to go in there and finish people to a crowd favorite. They want that excitement. Like I think, like I said it beforehand, and I think this is exactly why he won. Sean O'Malley needed to go back to Sugar Sean O'Malley. He needed to go to talking slick. I don't want him necessarily talking shit, but at least talking slick. He needs to be able to come in with the energy. He walked out to Superstar. Shout out Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah.
The moment I heard that start playing, I was like, there we go.
Yeah.
And then he showed up. You even saw it, and I said it too. And the third round, when he started styling on him, dribbling in between his legs, there's nothing there. What's over here? Jab. Like, you have no idea what's going on because he's just flow state. I knew that was when he was back in his rhythm. He knew he took his L, he learned his lesson, he applied what he learned, and he's now doing better. Now, that being said, wrestling's still a threat for him. I think that we definitely know that there's a difference between him and Merab and a Peter Yan, but I think it's still there. Like, for example, I think if him and Peter Yan end up rematching, which I think that if it goes the way that it on paper, I guess, should, Peter Yan was most likely going to remain the champion. I think that if he was able to evolve a little bit quicker or overcome Merab the way that he did and stay at that level, he will most likely beat him in a much closer fight, but I think he might beat him again in the next fight that they have, the rematch, I guess. And then if it's Sean versus Peter Yan, I think Peter Yan is going to be smarter and know to wrestle heavy this one, not strike.
Yeah, especially a 5-round fight.
Yeah.
I feel like even this last fight with Song Yudong, the grappling was tougher for Sean O'Malley.
It was.
Like those times where it was just like, oh, here we go again.
That's why I picked on the pod. I picked a song. I know on the one I put out because I always like to get like a mix of what like I always ask you and Justin like, well, what are we thinking? Whatever the mix is, that's what I put out on the Instagram. The ones that I on the pod, please listen to the pod. We give our own picks. So I picked song for that reason. I just thought he was gonna just outstrength him and grapple him because I've seen Song just handle people. He's a strong 135er. Like he's a very. If we're talking like if we're like in the gym lifting, he looks like the guy that can start outlifting the 185ers. Low key, like
I'm curious. I would like to see one of his training, like his training. Like
he just like
he seems like a.
I feel like in most of the fights that I've seen him in, he just out muscles some of the guys. So that's where I thought he was gonna go. Like, all right, I see what worked against him. I understand the path to victory. Let me close the distance, get in, clinch, grapple, take him down, hold him like against the cage. Like just, I thought low key was gonna be a much more like boring fight, a much more slow pace, like methodical grappling kind of thing, and then maybe a break, like an exchange, more back to the grappling. But I guess I was wrong. But shout out to Sean O'Malley for getting that W, bro. Then the big one, honestly, the people's main event, if you ask me. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. Waldo Cortez Acosta for the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Knocked out Derek Lewis. Or I guess TKO'd him. Or TKO'd him.
Bro, yeah, TKO'd. But, like, Derek Lewis
looking bad.
Was looking bad.
Looking bad. He's looking
after all the reports of the peptides and the and I seen a before and after picture before and after the peptide.
Yeah.
And him looking more in shape.
We bought
on the way in and like we definitely bought into it.
I thought that he was definitely gonna be in better condition.
He just pulled up for the bread. He just pulled up like, all right, calling me out. Seems like there's some buzz on this one. I'm with it.
I think for him, as much as he was like, no more 5-rounders, only give me 3-rounders, it's starting to look like, bro, you can't even really do the one.
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to pinpoint it because I was like, all right, Waldo is definitely faster than Derek. Immediately, you can tell the difference. Like, I was like, he's definitely faster. He's quicker on the draw when it comes to the punches. Sure. I still think that Derek, off of what we've seen in the past, has the power advantage.
Yeah.
But I was trying to think, I was like, all right, well, Waldo's hitting him with the leg kicks. Maybe that leg is bothering him. He's walking a little slow. But he was kind of walking that way from the get. So I was
There's
like,
just times where, like, Derek Lewis will just, like, he'll be, like, it's like a light switch.
Yeah.
There's times where he's just like, yo, what's good with you? You have no life.
Well, that's what we were talking about, where he's like conserving his energy, but then you got to be careful because he's just going to blitz you because you're not paying attention. You think that you lulled him into some sort of sleep, or maybe he's not as conditioned.
Like, what's that shit called? A Pokemon.
Really into this Pokemon, huh? For you guys at home, before the mics heated up, he was telling me that he started watching Pokemon.
Yeah,
again, so
I got back into that shit.
I want to see all the Pokemon. I need the binder. You're saying all the cards. I need the energy ones too, bro.
I don't think I could do all that.
All right.
But I snort
Snorlax?
Might have been. Forget it.
All right, but I agree.
He'll put you to sleep with his little fucking bullshit.
With the singing? Jigglypuff?
Nah. The hypnosis one. I forgot the nigga's name, bro. It's all good.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments.
The Drowsy?
Sure. I think that's one of the 7 dwarves. Waldo beat Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Derek, but I'm going to give all the praise in the world to Waldo. I think he just fought a better fight. I think he stuck to his game plan. He's like, let me not get in the mix. I'm not going to try to crash with Derek Lewis. I know that power is there. I'm going to stick to this jab. I'm going to stick to the outside. I'm going to get my range. I'm going to clip him in the leg so he doesn't know where I'm coming and just kind of keep going with that motion. Definitely outworked him. 110%. Even if it went to the scorecards, it would have went Waldo either which way. He just happened to get him with a. It's funny because then I posted the finish on my story, and I get like 4 or 5 DMs from people be like, "Yo, shout out Waldo, but why this looks staged?" I was like, "I'll be honest with you. I think Derek just gave up.
Yeah.
Like I think he really was like, this is my way out. Like, all due respect, I know that there's a lot of heart and everything that goes into getting into that octagon." But sometimes you got to think about it. I'm like, you quit. Low key, you quit.
Yeah,
like,
man.
You
think he still fights?
Yeah. And I think he's still in the White House card. I think he's still
Lewis is like.
But you got to have him fight prelim heavyweights at this point. But like I was saying the other day on the previous episode, you got to be careful with that because some of these up and coming heavyweights are scary. Like I'm not gonna lie to you.
Don't tie to Ivasa.
What's his name? Josh Hokic, I think is his name. He was on the early prelims, right? He knocked out. Something. The last name was Freeman. He beat Freeman, disrespecting him by the way. I'm talking like he was on top of him, spanking ass, like the whole thing.
He flipped him off.
He flipped him off and everything. He was the one that got on the mic and did that whole like Chael Sonnen. I'm a fan. First of all, I'm a fan.
I gotta see it more.
I'm a fan.
I'm familiar, but I'm not.
It's very like wrestling. Like I'm a big fan of Chael Sonnen. Like it's right up that alley. He knows what he's doing. I will say this. It's all hate for him calling out Waldo specifically. All bias. It's full bias. He called out Waldo. I laughed a lot, but he called out Waldo. He was like, I'm here to take out a deadbeat dad, not of 1 kid, but 9. I want Waldo Cortez Acosta. I was like, that's a crazy bar.
Damn,
that's a crazy bar. But he's getting, he got clips everywhere. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. But for him, he seems like a heavyweight that has managed to go at least 15 minutes, have a lot of energy, and have power all throughout those 15 minutes. Low-key, you can see a Derek Lewis fighting somebody like him soon just to get his name in the heavyweight because there's not that many names in heavyweight.
Before you fight him, you're going to have to fight at least Derek Lewis.
At least Derek Lewis, but that's the thing is now we're getting to that spot where it's like at least Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
Like you have some good heavyweights, but now you have at least Derek Lewis. Like,
no, I think I seen Waldo call out Curtis Blades.
He did called out Curtis Blades, which I think is an interesting matchup. I think it's one of those like, let's get you well rounded. I think him going up against a wrestler wouldn't be a bad idea. I will say this though.
Yeah.
I think he low key could just kind of wait and get a title shot. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
I would say like definitely has the fame going for him right now. Hype 110% right behind him. Does he have somebody that's higher ranked than him that has beat him? Yes. Do people care about that person? Doesn't really seem like it right now.
And so Dana seems like he's on his good side.
Yeah,
he likes that he's down to fight, open to fighting whoever on the rankings.
Because he told him, he was like, title shot 110%. Whoever's next, 110%. I don't care. Like whatever comes first, bro. It could be the title shot. Definitely would love that. That'd be life changing. But at the same time, like I don't want to have to sit and wait 6 months or so for this to come my way.
We've seen a lot of Waldo fights in this past.
A lot of Waldo fights. But over the last 4 months, we saw 3.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to fight in December, and I guarantee, depending on how that one went, he probably would have still tried to fight in January or February.
He's trying to. He said February, end of February for Curtis Blades. I thought I was like, yo, you're crazy.
Well, that wouldn't be a bad idea if just throw him on like a main event, a fight night, or maybe even like have him co-main if they haven't. I gotta look into 326, but I don't know if they necessarily fully fleshed that out yet. But you can probably get him on 326.
This is a good ladder
for sure
for development for him.
For sure,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I think like here's my thing.
He was real raw in the beginning.
If he fights,
pause.
Right. If he fights like a Cyril Gane. Strike heavy. I think that's still kind of the same of where he's at. The only thing he'll have to deal with is somebody who is faster than him.
Yeah.
So that'll be there. But Tom, faster than him, also wrestles. So I feel like I would probably want to deal with the wrestling and try to figure that out, and then try to get to the faster striker, because at least that way it kind of works out a little bit better. Because I think if Tom had to go through the surgeries, I don't know when he'll be back. I don't know if they're going to do interim belt in the meantime, which low-key, if they do, there's a chance that it goes Cyril versus like a Waldo.
Yeah.
Which, hey. I was already going crazy over him just winning against Derek Lewis, and the thought of seeing Waldo at the White House, even though it seems like he wants to fight well before that, the thought of just Waldo, a Dominican... With the flag and UFC gold?
Oh, my God. That'd be the greatest day for Dominicans. I would be the
most annoying person, bro. Like, you have no idea. Like, there's a level of pride that I feel like every Dominican should have in their people. And it is just such a beautiful thing to see this man represent the country and do it well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man.
It is just so funny. It is so funny. But, yeah, I feel like he is just so far taking the heavyweight division by storm. You have guys like Volkov, and you have guys, like I said, that beat him, like Sergey Pavlovich, who are up a higher end rank than him, that, like, I mean, they're playing the smart game of waiting to get their title shot, but at the same time, that does hinder your career. You are waiting around longer, and people do forget about you. Aldo's fought 5 times in 1 year, and now he might leapfrog you, even though you beat him, because people care about him more. This whole entertainment business, like I was mentioning earlier, that matters, bro. What have you done for me lately?
The pirate and all the salsa
merch,
boy.
bro. He's got collabs.
Bro.
Shout out to Full Violence, by the way. Check them out.
Yo, he's killing it right now. Like, he got some motion, and they don't.
Yeah.
I don't even know these motherfuckers. I've known these other fighters for so long, but for some reason, I don't even know these things.
No.
That makes any sense.
No, I get you.
Like they're easily forgotten people.
Yeah.
Even though they have beaten them, even though they're at higher rankings, we've seen them in the heavyweight division for a while.
They just don't do anything super memorable. I get you. Heavyweight's a weird one, man. I feel like there's not a lot of marketable names out there. All right, let's get to these other ones so we can get into 325. So Natalia Silva beat Rose Namajunas via decision. I'm gonna be short and sweet with this one, and I'm gonna be a little crass. Listen, I picked Natalia Silva. I was happy to see her win. I'm happy to see that movement in the division. I hope that she gets her title shot against Valentina Shevchenko. I'm gonna say it for most of the people here. No one really cares anymore. I think that we can easily just kind of throw that out there. I would like to say that unfortunately, especially with the hit that this card took with Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison taking a hit and not being able to be on this card, women's MMA has just really just started falling, bro. Like, I just feel like...
What happened?
I don't know.
Kayla Harrison on steroids happened?
What? No. Like, she's only fought like 2 or 3 times.
Right.
If we're looking at the grand span of things, like, this is the problem that we have. Because even now, we had Rose Namajunas, who was one... Like, I always said that there's, like... The problem that I see with women's MMA is that there's, like, a very high elite... Like top 5, and then the rest of them are whatever. So then with this one, when you have a Rose Namajunas, who you would consider to be in the top elite, I feel like she's really fallen off, and that's unfortunate to say because now that's another name that's falling out without a replacement coming in. Because like where Natalia Silva might have beat her, I don't think I see a Natalia Silva becoming as big a name as a Rose Namajunas in terms of the history of the UFC. Who knows? I hope she proves me wrong.
Even this last fight, it's like, she's been losing here and there, but they're not bad losses, really. They're not like...
Well, they're questionable decisions. Like, even with this one, you could argue, like, bro, Josh, shout out, what do you guys call him? I guess it's Sanchez on the pod. But, yeah, he hit me up. And he was like, yo, do you think that really went for Natalia? And I was like, well, considering the fact that she was in my parlay, yes. 110%. But realistically, if we're looking at it, I could see you giving it to Rose, but I don't know, man. The fights, that's the thing is what I'm saying. Like, they're just so, like, you really could go either which way, especially if you're going to be point fighting like the way that they were. Like, I don't know.
Like, there's no... Ever since Zhang lost, Zhang Wei Li, I don't know who's, like...
I think that there's still some exciting matchups out there, and I think that there's still, like, some excitement. Listen, I'm a fan of a lot of them, but at the same time, I also can understand where it's like, I see why y'all are getting buried when it comes to the card placement. I understand why, like... There isn't a main event on a huge numbered card that is women's MMA. Like, I totally understand why it's the why.
This one was supposed to be the one.
This is the one. Well, even then, this one was supposed to be the co-main with a legend like Amanda Nunes going up against a future Hall of Famer like Kayla Harrison. Still co-main over an interim title fight, not a undisputed interim.
They're still above Sean O'Malley, which was kind of like crazy.
I think that had to do a little bit more with how hard he fell off. And he even said it himself. He's like, I fell off hard. I fell off real hard. And he understood that. But now he's on his way up. But I find that, like...
humbled real quick.
Yeah, man. But like I said, he learned from his losses. I just feel like for women's MMA, there's got to be either a change up in the guard or like newcomers that just come in that are just straight killers, some fresh blood, or a couple of these ladies got to, really change up the way that they do things. We were talking about Umar. It falls into the same thing. We got to start seeing finishes, maybe. We got to start seeing some good... Because those ones get talked about crazy. When you see a Valentina Shevchenko head kick knockout to Jessica Ai, and it sounds like a baseball bat getting a home run, those are ones that get talked about. But when you rarely see it like that...
Bro, I rarely, when I think about it, like, rarely see, like, a women's fight end in a knockout.
doesn't really happen a whole lot.
Like
you see a lot of like volume
they
punches.
might like beat each other up until they're both bruised up.
Yeah,
crazy.
I'd say you see if anything more TKO than you might see KO. I'll look it up actually because now I'm interested in that. I'm gonna see.
Like, when was the last time besides the
slapped? Like you were like slapped. Well, you know how long we talked about? What's her name? I think her name was Shi Ming. The doctor that was fighting,
Ming,
and she got that head kick KO.
Yeah.
That was like 2024, I think.
While ago,
that was a long time ago, and we're still like, Shi Ming. Because it's like, how often do you see that? Like Amanda Nunes, that's why I was such a fan of her, is because she was putting these shorties getting put to bed. Yeah. They getting put to bed. Anytime that they went in there, I was like, oh, she's going to die. Like, this is bad. But then the most shocking moments are more so the ones where it's like, all right, here comes another lamb to the slaughter. They're just going into the die. And then for whatever reason, that person actually wins. Yeah. The Alexa Grasso surprise win against Valentina Shevchenko.
You know what's weird? It's like I kind of want to be a fan, but she's not. I don't see her as that good.
I like her as like personality. Like I feel like she's one of those people that like for the UFC brand wise, like she's really cool. But I will say I have to kind of agree when it comes to like
I want to be a fan, but I know you're gonna lose a lot.
Like there's a couple matchups. I'm not too sure. Gene Silva beat Arnold Allen via decision. This one was a little bit back and forth. I said it. I put it on. The only thing I put on the notes: war. Yeah. Well, I think it was right.
Yeah,
I think it was right. Arnold Allen is one of those guys where I think that he does a good job when he goes into the octagon, but there's like a certain like maybe like a gear that's missing. But I feel like he gets right there. Like I genuinely thought he had this one. I really did. It's proven wrong. It's proven real wrong.
Bro, got freaking
surfboard. I never seen some Yo, Gene Silva. Listen,
he's funny, bro.
He's funny. He's a character and all that, dude. But let's be real honest. Straight up disrespectful, bro. Like, here's my whole issue with him. How are you gonna the entire time be like, you're such a legend, Arnold. I'm such a fan. Since before this, I was such a fan. But at the same time, you're gonna surfboard on homie's back after you just knocked him down. That doesn't count. That's nonsense. He's back in the path to a title shot, so all the best to Gene Silva, and I hope Arnold Allen.
Nerds are getting a little rise again.
You know what it is? Another thing, they were there, they got out of the cloud, they got out of the right, but I think that it might have gone a little bit to their heads. They got to a test that kind of really set them back. They got humbled. We'll see which ones learn and adapt, and then we'll move forward from there. When it comes to Gene Silva, I do see gold in his path. I do see him getting shots, depending on who's holding it. Yeah. I think depends on whether or not he gets it. I think that's for a few names in that division too. I think it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, but we'll see. He had the whole emotional moment beforehand where he was crying and screaming at the belt. So I don't know,
bro. He is tapped.
Yeah. Good. We want him that way. Yeah. Like you said, bro. Some of these UFC, to be a UFC fighter, you got to be a little cracked. He's a lot of cracked, but you got to be a little cracked. Yeah. When the video came out, it's so funny to me.
Yeah, bro.
Because then you see that what's like one of the production people that's like, all right, we're good. We got everything we need. And then he just goes, ah! And you see the guy just go, like, he's genuinely shocked. He looks over. He's like, what happened? Why are you screaming?
Bro, you don't even have a title shot. Why are you yelling at the belt right now?
But I also didn't understand why they had him in there with the belt. I don't know what was going on with any of that.
Yeah, what kind of promo y'all doing in there that you have this guy in the same room as
I think that they do a lot of like, all right, let's just in case this turns into a thing, let's get you here so we can have this for later use or whatever it might be. We already have you here for the day. Let's get whatever footage we need for the day. It'd be like kind of the same thing if we decided to like, let's do six episodes recorded in one day, so that way we have 6 episodes. We don't have to come back here for 6 weeks or whatever it might be.
Right.
But I don't know what that would be for. I feel like he still has probably at this point 3 in front of him to get a title shot with the way that things have been going. So I don't know. It's weird. And like I said, like if somebody's more entertaining than you, they'll leapfrog you. But at the same time, I think that division at 145 has a bit of like a backlist right now. I think Lerone Murphy's next. I think after Volkanovski, if Volk and Diego, once that gets figured out, I think Lerone Murphy will be next. And then I don't know, man. I think off of the name value, low key, if Arman Tsarukyan decides to move down, I think he gets a title shot just off of who he is. I think Dana might be like, fine, you can do it here. Well, even then, if he doesn't get a title shot at 155, I'll be like, Dana, chill. You don't gotta hate him that bad. Like what he did.
I don't like that. Like I do. Like I get it.
Because Dana's been like, he got a shot.
But at some point, it's just like, all right, I get it, you got power like that, but like, don't be no dictator to shit.
Yeah, that's kind of what he's doing, bro.
Yeah, he's like super dictator of the UFC. And it's like, if I personally don't like you, you will not be fighting.
Yeah.
Even though you've earned a title shot many times.
Yeah, you still not getting nothing. It's crazy.
No,
to
you
me.
pissed me off. I'm petty.
He's super petty.
You're gonna have to wait a couple years.
Yeah, now you got Armin doing wrestling side quests and jiu-jitsu matches, whatever, bro.
And now he's just like building up his social media shit.
Well, shout out to him. That might actually help him in the long run. So he should keep going on that one. All right. Coming up this Saturday, UFC 325. Live from Australia. Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes for the second time for the featherweight championship.
Crazy.
I don't know why this one got made. I'm a big Diego Lopes fan, a big Alexander Volkanovski fan, but we're not gonna sit here and act like Volkanovski didn't put belt to ass in the last one.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is, bro. Like that one was pretty even
clear.
Stevens on that one.
I don't know. Cause I don't think. Maybe because he's marketable in some way.
He's super marketable. In the year of the spinning elbow that was 2025, he got a clean victory against Gene Silva with a spinning elbow. So I think it was just a lot of things lined up for him. I think probably timing also worked out very well, and I think he just had a lot of hype off of that last one. I think that Gene Silva, if he had beat Diego Lopes, would have gotten a title shot. So I think because Diego Lopes kind of stumped that in the way that he did.
Yeah.
Again, the entertainment value and everything like that, you just kind of leapfrog whoever's there. Lerone Murphy, as exciting as he is, and even though he's on a winning streak, and he also got himself a spinning elbow knockout, some about him, he just hasn't broken through the mainstream where a lot of people, I feel like, I don't really hear his name a lot. I don't see him on a lot of interviews. I don't really hear a lot of people talking about him like that. He gets mentioned whenever someone pulls up the rankings. Like, that's bad.
Right. It's like, I follow you on social media, you don't be popping up.
No. And you know what I'm
saying?
And I understand, like, as an athlete, he shows up and he does his thing, but this is a kind of like an industry where you kind of have to, like, promote yourself,
too. All the other stuff.
It can't just be the UFC that's doing it, unfortunately. I wish that was the case.
Go chill with Nina for a fucking week.
Yeah, honestly, high key, go chill with Nina drama for about a week and a half.
That's all you really gotta do. You can do a little interviews and do a little.
She gets hate, but shout out to her, bro. I feel like she has really changed a lot of people's mind and a lot of fighters. If her and Marab is not a fan favorite. Her and Armin, I would say Armin already had it before he pulled up Bonita, but that also just kind of elevated him to another spot. I feel like she does a good job of showing you like the fighters in a different way. She's like, let's just get you the fun side, the funny. Let's get the people's perspective. She's helped
more than people realize.
Yeah, and I think she just gets a lot of hate because she's a woman. But that's the conversation for another day. Yeah, I think that this one, for me, is just kind of going to go the same, even though people have been, like, questioning Volk on the age thing. And listen, if Justin were here, he would say the same thing with the old man Volk situation. I just feel like he's still that guy. He's still good, bro. Yeah. Like, I think he's still showing you that he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, that he can still handle it. Now, do I think that Diego Lopes is going to learn from his previous interaction with Volkanovski? Yeah. Do I think we're going to see a different fight? Yeah. Do I think this one's going to be a little closer? I could see that happening, but I still got to go with Volkanovski on this one.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I don't know. Diego Lopes always felt like he deserves a title shot, but he's still premature to be champion for some reason.
He's young.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like he's still, especially young on the scene of the UFC, I feel like he definitely showed out and then, like, he just was everywhere. Like, I feel like out of nowhere, he pulled up late notice on 1 or 2 fights, and then out of nowhere, he just kind of took off. I've been a big fan since the first time I saw him. Yeah. I think that he does have, like, a lot of talent, and he definitely is somebody who will hold gold. I just think it's one of those situations of, like, I would have rather it have been, like, Lerone Murphy versus Volkanovski for this one, and then San Diego maybe get one more, and then get a rematch with Volk later on, and then I would have felt better about it.
I feel like it makes more sense that way.
Because it took, like, a month before the UFC was like, let's run it back.
Run it back.
Like, I was like,
why?
Yeah, and I think a lot of the fans, like, you'll see around other people posting and stuff like that, and also on other podcasts, they'll say the same thing. Like, I think general consensus is everyone's like, yeah, this is a little too soon. A little too soon.
Is this, I don't feel like this was a good marketable one.
I think it sells. I think it does
sells,
well.
But it's not like, for a number 2 of, like, back-to-back January Paramount, just, I don't know. Justin Gaethje and this last one, Jesus Christ.
324?
Yeah, 324.
Yeah.
Like, not on paper, but, like, you probably would have wanted more of a superstar fight as your first fight on Paramount, but this one still hit like it should have, you know?
Yeah.
And like this second fight, I feel like even still, like you guys could have got some superstars.
I think you would have had to go with a different weight class if you're going to go with that. Because even right now, I'm looking at this is featherweight's top 5.
Yeah.
Volk champ, right? Volkanovski's champ. Movsar Evloev, Diego Lopes, Yair Rodriguez, Lerone Murphy, Aljamain Sterling. Out of those 5 names, I don't think a single one really makes a difference. I think Diego Lopes is the most marketable.
Yeah.
After that,
definitely different weight class.
I might go.
I go Lerone.
I'd go Diego. Nah, I think I'd go Diego, Aljamain Sterling, just because people already know him. He's had a championship in another weight class. I'd probably go Diego, Aljamain Sterling, Yair, Lerone, and then Movsar. No, I'm just talking about who has the most like notoriety. No, we're talking who gets title shot. It should have been like Movsar, then Lerone. But I think I don't know. I really, like I said, it's tricky because like these guys, like, I don't know, that weight class right now is taking a bit of a hit in terms of like popularity. I think that Gene Silva was the guy. That's why the UFC was like, get him in there.
Yeah.
But then he fell short against Diego Lopes. I don't think that they put him in a situation where they thought like Diego Lopes is going to get like absolutely dominated by Gene Silva. But I definitely think that they were like, this is the test. If he can get by Gene Silva, or if he can get by Diego Lopes, and Gene Silva clearly gets the title shot. I was surprised it worked the other way around, so that's why I'm surprised by this one. But I don't know. I feel like that it'll still be a good fight, but I agree. I definitely think that it could have been bigger names, but I think that you'd have to go to a different weight class.
One of these, even like something missing. It's like we need a superstar fighting in these first January. Like
I think we have
it's like WrestleMania. Like
here's what I'll say. I think we got really good fights. I think we have a few big names. We took a hit again, like I said, with Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes, but I think for the most part, we got really good fights.
Yeah.
So that hopefully
was a great card. That was a great card.
Locks people in. Because you got to remember, the idea is to get casual fans to come in. The casual fan doesn't necessarily know who the superstar is until it's presented to you. Yeah. So, like, if you just show up, you may not know who Sean O'Malley is off rip. If you've never seen The Sugar Show, if you don't know who that is, like you have no idea what's going on. You just see some dude with pinky green hair. So like,
did have Sean O'Malley on there.
Yeah. So like, if you can get like just a casual person to come up and they just see really good fights put together, like those prelims. Don't sleep on the prelims. If those prelims are good, which they were, you got a lot of first round knockouts. That's gonna get people to be like, yo, tune in on this. It's the same idea that they had with the what was it, like, not UFC 1, but it's the same idea they had with the Ultimate Fighter with the finale of the first one, where like so many people tuned in to see the finale because it was such a crazy fight. They're trying to basically get that same spark back. Right. The one that'll get you to text your boys like, yo, watch this. Like, you're tuned into this.
Speaking of, I tried to tune in. I couldn't find Ultimate Fighter on that Paramount.
Apparently, they got the whole thing on there. I got to do my deep dive and see. I haven't found the UFC section, so I don't know if they have its own little thing. Yeah, I got to find that, and then we'll go. I saw early 2000s to 2010s and some other stuff. So we'll see what it goes. But for me, yeah, I think I got Volkanovski in the Volk versus Diego rematch.
I agree.
All right, let's see. Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint-Denis. Another one that I just put war in the notes because Jesus Christ, bro, someone's going out in a body bag in this one, bro. Dan Hooker. Anytime you see his name on any fight, you know that it's going to be a good scrap, like a real good scrap. And Benoit Saint-Denis has shown that he's got the medal, bro.
Man, and he definitely made a comeback. I thought he was going to completely fall off after a couple losses, and then he just turned the whole thing around and just started getting dubs. And here he is fighting Dan Hooker. Let's see if he can pull it off.
I think this is another one, a good test. Like, if he can get past Dan Hooker, I think he's on his way to a title shot. Low-key, Dan Hooker is also kind of turning the tide for himself in terms of, like, name value. Yeah. I feel like if he gets a good win over Benoit Saint-Denis, like I said, I think this one's going to end up in a body bag. 3 rounds, but doesn't matter. I think this one goes maybe to the second.
Somebody might die.
Or maybe it gets to the third and it's just a bloody war. I think this is another one where you can throw a BMF belt and it kind of counts. Like,
yeah, right.
So we'll see how this one turns out, but I feel like
BMF Junior.
BMF Junior is actually, that's a good belt right there. That's lucky we're going to call the winner. I think that if BSD plays it smart, he's going to be a little bit more wrestle heavy with it if he just is looking for the strategic win. But if they're going for entertainment value and they're just standing there striking, I don't know who I got, man. I feel like with the range, I kind of want to lean towards Dan Hooker and the experience, but BSD lands bombs, bro.
Bro, he's on a tear. Like, I don't know. That's going to be a tough one I wouldn't place a bet on it.
Yeah. I think
Let's stay away from that one. For
I
sure.
feel like Dan Hooker's always down for a war, but he just lost to Arman Sarukian. But I feel like he's always down for a war, so I don't think the loss necessarily really messes with his mental.
That was an impressive freaking win.
But BSD's on the rise. Like he's back. He's like, I'm back on top.
I'm back to being special ops freaking French guy.
And he just he knocked Beneil Dariush into oblivion. So like that also like after you knock somebody out like that, you're like, I'm him, bro.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be one where you're like, all right, so now you got the confidence from that one, but now you're going into a war. Like he needs to understand, like you can play this one of two ways. Yeah. You are either going to be very strategic, you're going to stick to your grappling, and you're going to make sure that you get dominant positions, and you can either try to submit him and get him out of there early, or you hold him down for 15 minutes and just beat him up on the ground as best as you can. Or you go the entertainment route. You stand and trade with that. Yeah. But you know that Dan Hooker's going to beat the shit out of you. Yeah. Like, you might win, but you did not win.
Right.
Your face does not look the same. You're cool with that. The people will love you for the second option. I'll tell you that. Yeah. The first option's cool. It'll keep you going on the train down the path. The second option, though, that'll get you fans. So I don't know what he picks. I don't know. This was a toss-up. I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't bet on this one either.
I don't know. I must choose Dan Hooker. He's due for a win.
Yeah, let's go Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
We'll pick Dan Hooker. Rafael Fiziev versus Mauricio Houfi. Another war, but I feel like for this one, I lean more towards off of what I've seen recently. I feel like I got to go Fiziev. Especially because, like, here's what I'll say. Range-wise, like, I think Houfi's the lankier fighter, and obviously what we've seen with the spinning heel kicks and stuff like that, if you let him get the range, he will use the range.
My favorite knockout.
Yo, bro, Bobby Green just... Jeez. Robert Green got sent to the shadow.
It looked like such a clean, like... Just a clean spinning heel kick.
It was Kung Fu movie.
Yeah, Kung Fu movie. Perfect.
Like, yeah. It was... Dude, he's good. That's what I'm saying. If you let him get that range, he will get that range. But I feel like he's low-key lost some confidence since his last loss. Yeah. When Benoit Saint-Denis really like kind of sunned him with the grappling. Yeah. Like it's kind of sad. Now, that being said, I haven't seen Fiziev or Fiziev. I really, this is one of those where I'm like, I've heard it said both ways, so I don't know. I'm gonna go with Fiziev. Fiziev sounds right.
Fiziev, yeah, because they gonna say it how they gonna say it.
True.
And we gonna say it how we gonna say it.
True. Fiziev. Yeah. I've seen Fiziev in a lot of like stand-up, like let's try to just trade and let's see if I can get the better exchanges. With that being said, when he got that ass whoop by Justin Gaethje, I think he learned very quickly, maybe I can't do this with everybody. Yeah. And then when you see like a Bobby Green, who I feel like, I'm gonna give him respect, King Green. Yeah, I know, right? And it's difficult, but I'm like, ah, man.
I call that nigga King.
When we saw Robert get knocked out, when we saw Bobby get knocked out, I think we all learned that we were like, yo, you gotta be careful when it comes to the striking of Rufi, bro. Like he is elite on the feet, like elite. So you gotta be careful and mind your business when it comes to that situation. So I don't know. I feel like I lean Fiziev on this one. I feel like I see him. I don't know. I feel like in the. I'm
definitely always going for the nerds.
Yeah, that's not a bad bet.
Just off of like, they all got their little losses, humbled them, but I feel like at something like that must have made you lock in.
It did.
I think for them, I know a lot of people fall off or get a little shaked up and when they take a loss, but like for them. I feel like it helped. Like,
motivates them.
Yeah, it's a learning experience for them.
I hope that that's how he took it, and I hope that he does apply that. But I also think that, like, there is a level of experience that I think Fiziev already has when it comes to just, like, this sport that I think might be a little bit higher. So I think where, like, Rufi will take that and apply his knowledge going forward. I just feel like maybe this might be another roadblock that he faces. This one I see going towards like more of like a decision type of situation, and I see it kind of going either which way. That being said, Fiziev also did just beat Ignacio Bahamondes, who fights very similarly to I know, right? Ignacio Bahamondes.
Yeah, one of my favorite names.
Your firstopborn son, Ignacio. But he just beat him, who fights, I would say, similarly in terms of Rufi. Let me get range, a lot of jab, teep kicks. Let me start or I guess, yeah, teep kicks. Let me start throwing spinning like moves to try to throw you off your rhythm. And I feel like he's gonna, because of the prep he had for that one, he's gonna apply that same kind of knowledge and go for this one. I also don't see Rufy really changing up his style in the last few months. So
Yeah.
I lean more towards him. But this is the one we're split on. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I see decision though. Do you see it going any which way? 3 rounds.
Yeah, I'm about to go decision. Sometimes those 3 rounds just kind of
It's tricky.
fly by.
They do, because depending on the fighter, they might take like the first 5 just to kind of like see where we at, and then the
Right.
second round is a little bit more lit, and then the third round you're like, is it war or are we kind of tired now?
Yeah,
Did we do too much in the second? Where we at? So we'll see how it
we
goes.
fake tired.
And then return to the boy. Tai Tuivasa versus Taliesin Teixeira.
Wow.
It's been a minute. I wrote it right here. Tai Tuivasa last fought in 2024.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah. He was on a 4-fight losing streak.
God damn.
He last fight in 2024, and he had lost that fight and the 3 before it. It's pretty bad. Did he come back to get cut?
Came back to drink another boot and retire.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I really hope so.
One last boot.
I think that they gave him a decent matchup. I will say the dude he's fighting is significantly taller than him. That being said, Tai has fought taller people than him and has knocked them clean out. But I don't know.
I think he's honestly only fighting for his survival, literally, because he was so fat at one point. He let himself go completely, which is like, all right, the only way I can get myself in shape and get motivated again is if I have a fighting, like a training camp. So I feel like that's what motivated him back to being in good shape. Bro, I've never seen a turnaround like this in a long time. From like, oh snap, it's only been 2 years. How do you get that big? Yo, and then all of a sudden, oh snap, how do you lose that much?
How do you lose it all? And then he's back at it.
Bro.
I hope he's in good shape. I hope he's in good condition shape. Is more important. But I don't see Tai going for titles anytime soon.
Tai let himself get to like 400.
Yeah, bro. There was a couple.
That's bad for the heart, my
bro,
boy.
There's a couple videos where I was like, "Damn, Tai, what happened?" And listen, this is not me throwing shade or nothing. This is coming from someone who at one point was a smooth 330 pounds and has dropped down to a nice 215. Yeah. I understand that sometimes it just goes, bro. You know what I'm saying? The food be fooding. I see this one clip. What's his name? Fat Boy SSE. He goes, the food just be too seasoned.
Yeah.
The food just be too seasoned. It's just sometimes it's just too seasoned, and it gets you. But like, man, you gotta lock in. Tai, you gotta lock in, bro.
Bro, it's just like this food is so good. How do I stop eating?
I don't know, bro. It seemed like he did a good job of focusing up though, and he's back in good spirits. It seems like he's locked in. I'm intrigued to see the rest of this fight week to see how it goes in terms of the embedded and see if he's actually mentally back into this role of a fighter. Taliesin Teixeira, we did see, I believe he got knocked out in his last fight by Derek Lewis. And that was the one that had like a questionable stoppage where we were like, maybe. Remember, he was like up against the fence. And he was like holding on to the cage. We couldn't really tell. And Derek was just kind of like punching away at him. We were like, he's up. He's not really out, but he's not really defending. So whatever. I think that Tai has the experience side on things. And like I said, he has knocked out dudes that are significantly taller than him. I'm going to lean Tai. I'm going to go the faith on Tai.
I need to see Tai.
I'm going to throw 300 on Tai. No, I'm not.
Tai's going to win one more. Another last celebration with the boot for the culture.
And he's going to ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Because after all these losses, it's like, I don't expect him to have like a good like turnaround of career. Like, but one more dub. Rides off into the sunset.
One more boot.
Out of here.
To the PFL you go.
Yeah.
And then to open up the card, yes, we went the opposite way. To open up the card, man, I'm really, this is one of those times. I'm usually kind of like, I understand saving the city, Gotham, Metropolis, let's see what else, Los Angeles, New York, Boston. All these cities need Justin to go there and save him. I think he recently got a contract to go to Dubai, Abu Dhabi maybe. Who knows? He's got to go to a couple places over there. A lot of cities that need saving by Justin's heroic efforts. He is somehow Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, the X-Men, every single member, and all of the Fantastic Four rolled into one.
He was just a In Wakanda, I heard.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It was stopping an illegal shipment of vibranium getting moved out of Wakanda.
Some summit or some sort.
Shout out to him, bro. He's over there doing political good.
Bro.
If he was here and he heard me pronounce this dude's name, he would have a bottle of tequila that he magically appeared out of a hat. But shout out to Quillen Salkilde.
Oh, my God, bro. Take a shot.
Imagine I was like, oh,
yes.
Quillen. And he just comes out of nowhere. Justin's just like, ah. Versus Jamie Malarkey. Another one that I wrote war on. Now, you may not know the name, but Quillen Salkilde is the dude who's got the what was it, the not flying knee. He got a knee knockout near the end of last year. It was really cool because the clip was like John Anik was like, he was like, oh, his parents are bakers, and then he just immediately just cracked this dude and just knocked him clean out. So that one was one that was up for like a knockout of the year. I threw it in as an honorable mention at the 2025 Uneducated MMA Awards. But I threw it in as an honorable mention because, bro, he knocked, what was this dude's name? Nasrad. He knocked him out into oblivion. That dude was stiff at the end, so it was bad. Jamie Malarkey, I've seen fight numerous times. Always down. Always a dog. I said it earlier. Prelim warrior, like the guys who are having BMF fights, but in the early fights, he's one of those. I feel like Jamie Malarkey is a guy that I've seen I've seen him get finished a couple times, but he's in the fight up until he's not. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know what? I laugh randomly because I thought about like one of the last wars we saw in the prelims, and it was
Ebo.
Yeah. Literally, yo, bro. I thought about that one.
Ebo versus Ebo. But you see what I'm saying? Sometimes you watch the most exciting, entertaining fights in the prelims, and then you get to the main card, you're like, what the fuck am I watching, bro? Ebo versus Ebo. That's low-key what I kind of feel like this is going to be. I feel like Quillen versus Jamie is going to be like that. I feel like we're going to see Ebo versus Ebo one more time.
Yo, bro, that fight is such a good fucking fight.
It was so funny to me, bro. It was so funny. I found that, like, sometimes when you get two guys that are just like, we're going to die in here for the $20,000 we might get, you have the best fight of the year.
I just thought, I was thinking about it, made me laugh just thinking about it.
Because we were watching it, we were like, oh, he's knocked out! Oh, he's knocked out! Oh, he's knocked out!
Like knockout after knockout after knockout. Yo, what the fuck is going on?
It was funny.
Someone gonna go down.
It's so funny when it's like you see the punch land, you see the lights go out, but then the follow-up punch wakes him back up.
One of the best fights I've ever seen.
Yeah. Anybody that I need to be a UFC fan, I'm showing him that one. I got Quillen in this one. I'm going with the younger guy just going on the rise. I feel like after seeing that knee and just seeing the striking, I feel like he's crispy. Jamie Malarkey, as much as I love him, I feel like he's one of those guys that's and fighting to get into the top 15, but then immediately gets kicked out of the top 15.
The gatekeeper, like, sends him back to
but one that doesn't hold his spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, a Neil Magny might hold his spot, but, like, a Jamie Malarkey, I feel like will get 15, and then the next week immediately lose 15. Right. So shout out to him, but, like, we're not going to, you know what I'm saying?
All right, we'll keep him in the UFC, but
he's exciting. I think that you definitely do keep him in the UFC. I do find that if he's one of those guys that, like, because of the name isn't very big, once you get a few losses in a row, maybe we get you out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe we get you out of here. And that pretty much wraps up UFC 325. I say for the rest of the week, everybody and the grandmother goes and checks out every single embedded series to kind of get locked into this fight. I think that it's going to be, like I said, not a lot of huge names, especially when we go into the prelims. I know every now and then we'll mention a couple other ones. I looked at them, don't know any names. No, that's not true. I know a few, but I know in terms of the casual viewer, like, this is going to be one that I hope people tune in, especially now that it's on Paramount. It's a lot cheaper. Barrier to entry is very low. Very low. Still waiting on them to get more available. I looked it up. Allegedly, the plan is that they're trying to get it more available into more bars. So if you're local, things like Sidelines and things like that, you'll see them in there.
I might have to reach out to them.
I think you need to have a sit down and be like, listen, we got to get these going.
How do we get some UFC culture going?
Especially because we're getting CBS being partnered with the whole thing. I think we're going to get a couple cards on that. So hopefully we'll see some things just live on cable that they got in there. But that's the hope that I see with this. Well, I think that this card, I feel like, is going to be a very good one. I will say, like, as weird as it is, not a lot of high stakes coming out of this one. Like I said, Dan Hooker, Benoit Saint-Denis, whoever wins, they just move up a little bit more up the ladder, but there's not huge implications on that.
Yeah.
Fiziev versus Mauricio Hoofy, I feel like for that one is more so who's staying around.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's falling off and who's staying around. Tai Tuivasa, Taliesin Teixeira. We're looking at a number 12 heavyweight versus number 15. The heavyweights, like we said before, they're really just kind of losing their clout. It's not really anything crazy.
Just the fact that, like, I don't know which one's which. I'm assuming 15's Tai Tuivasa.
No.
Oh, shit.
All the way around.
Jesus Christ.
Tai has held on to 12.
I'm surprised.
Last fought in 2024.
Bro, that's the part I'm like, how in...
They don't move the chains, bro. They don't move the chains.
Bro, how haven't y'all got Tai Tuivasa out of the rankings yet?
No.
The heavyweights that trash that nobody can fucking get nothing moving?
Nothing.
Bro, he's lost 4 straight and hasn't fought in 2 years.
Nothing. Not even nothing. That's why they're having this kid move up. Let's see if he gets up there.
Yo, bro, what in the world?
Quillen versus Jamie, those are 2 unranked. They're not even fighting for a spot on that one. They're not even trying to get into the top 15. So in terms of, like I said, like ranking, titles, et cetera, the only one that really has any weight is going to be Volkanovski versus Lopes, which I feel like for this one, for the most part, most of the people, I feel like you're going to also see betting odds as the week goes on is going to lean more towards Volk. And I feel like for the most part with Diego, not so much. Now, Diego gets an upset. That's a whole different conversation we're having. That we're having is Volkanovski staying around, Like, we start getting into that a little bit more. I feel like with him,
man,
it
might be close to Diego's time, I guess.
I don't know. We'll see.
Not yet, but like I think we're getting closer.
Yeah. I think we could see him. Like I said, I see him holding gold soon, but I think some people got to get out of the way first, and then we get there.
I don't think he holds on to gold long.
No, I think it's going to be like a revolving door when it comes to that title in that weight class. Just because a lot of the guys, like, they're pretty good to kind of beat each other. Maybe somebody holds for like 2 or 3, but I don't think anybody's going to hold it as long as Volkanovski did. But we'll see. And then some quick things I want to go over just before we head up out of here. One thing I wanted to bring up is the bonuses have increased for the UFC. So now you get $100,000.
$100K
cash for fight of the night and performance of the night. So either or. Whatever they pick, you get $100,000. And then if you get a finish, no matter what it is, KO, TKO, or submission, or the guy just quits, you get $25,000 just right there. So it doesn't matter if it's prelim all the way to main event. You get a finish, you get an extra nice little check, which is nice. I like that they stop really limiting it because I know that there's been several times where we've seen a whole card and we're like, yo, these 3 should have gotten fight of the night bonuses, and they didn't. Yeah. Dana's like, oh, well, I only got 3. So
you're freaking, what's his name, begging.
Oh, true. Yeah. Who was it that was?
Damn. He retired. What's the name?
Damn, who was it? That's bad.
Henry Cejudo.
Yeah, asking for the bonus.
Dana, please.
Dana, please. On my way out, that's 50K.
Please, Dana.
I think it's nice that they're paying these guys more. I like the incentive. Like I said, I kind of wish that they changed things up a little bit more to make it more so like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like, I know that they're not. But it feels like some of these guys are happy staying with the rank that they got sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I'm ranked fucking 6 in the world. I can chill here.
Yeah.
Who needs top 5?
It's like, bro, fine here.
Yeah, but just make it where it's like the moment you go from, let's say, 6th to 5th or 4th, it's an extra $50,000 to $100,000 extra bonus or something like that. Just something where it's like, make it those top 5 are making money so people want to just be in the top 5, period. Like, you already know that when you get the title, you get crazy money, but let's make it so when you're in the top 5, that way it's like everyone's hungry to be in the top 5. It's like very, very like lush, like it's like boom, top 5. Yeah, make that fuck it, executive. Damn. I feel like even looking at the numbers now, I feel like it's still not that much. Like even 25,000 for a finish, I feel like doesn't really sound like a whole lot.
Hey, shit.
Nah, because remember, technically you went from 50K, I guess. So now you get either 100,000 or you get 25. That's like a huge gap.
Like especially if you're a superstar. Like, think about your star. You over here getting 100K.
Yeah, you said it. You said it earlier. Justin Gaethje.
Toddy just got 100 million. It's like,
it's crazy. Sometimes the people that lose get paid more than the people that win.
Crazy.
Every now and then it happens. It's crazy. Sometimes people really do show up for a paycheck, bro. Yo, Derek Lewis.
This is crazy. Like if you really think about it, these UFC fighters getting paid nothing.
Yeah.
Compared to like other big sports.
Yeah, 10 and 10 to fight 3 times a year is not a whole lot of money, and then you got to pay everything else. Like
boxing was people getting crazy money off boxing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, not all the big ones. I feel like
Not all of them,
yeah, no, it's usually more the bigger names. But not even all the big names get paid as much as people think.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Random stuff that happened at UFC 324 that I thought was really funny. Referee Mark Smith tore his ACL during a prelim fight.
What was that about?
First of all, you, Mr. 806 the show, you and the rest of the gang. Melvin, this goes to you two in the back. When have you ever heard of a referee tearing an ACL during a game? Never, right? Never, not once. I feel like this is the first time I've ever heard of a referee getting injured during an event of anything. Torn ACL is wild.
Torn ACL is wild.
Out for the season of reffing is crazy, bro.
Like, what, bro? You're jogging.
No, they're cutting angles. They're very much like
they're a little bit. Yeah, they can tear the Achilles or something.
Yeah, I feel like they're very much like I especially when it's like near finishes, like they are really like sprinting back and forth, like almost like bobbing and weaving, trying to see like the angles, make sure everybody's okay.
But it's like certain like, yo, how you twist your ankle? You literally just jogging back and forth. What you doing? Certain sports is just like you just. But then the certain sports is like you're just in the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they get knocked out.
No, low key, there's a couple of times where I've seen the refs where I'm like, I feel like the fight kind of stopped a little bit because you were right there. If you were over to the side, they wouldn't have stopped moving right there. They would have kept going, but they saw you in the way and they let you kind of get around.
Yeah, move.
Neither here or there. And then a couple more things that I just kind of, or really just one more thing I want to go over. It's just Paramount Plus in general, man. I just feel like I'm intrigued to see where things go going forward. I hope things go well. I know this is the top of the year. This is the second episode of Uneducated MMA of 2026. This is also, we just covered the first event of UFC of 2026 and the first ever event of Paramount Plus's partnership with the UFC. So there's a lot of things that can change going forward.
Yeah. I
hope, for me, what I see differently that I would like to see is I'm okay with the commercials, but I just want them to just not be so in the way.
Right, yeah. Or just like, here's one thing I noticed with Paramount. They'll give you a whole 60-minute commercial, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, give me 230s.
Yeah.
Bro, with that shit up, bro.
Yeah.
I know a lot of ads on YouTube, they'll hit you with a little smaller ads and stuff like that more frequently.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather that than a whole...
Than just a
block
60,
of
commercial.
And then you're seeing that little shit like fucking counting down in the corner, like...
And you're like,
nigga.
This says 180 seconds. That's a lot, bro.
It's time to get on my phone at that point.
Yeah, like, you kind of check out. Mind you, it's like in between rounds. So you kind of check out a little bit. It's bad. Yeah, I definitely want to see a lot less of that. But like, I understand that they got to get their money somehow with the ad space and everything, the ad revenue. Yeah. I think that they can have it there, but they just got to figure out a way for it to not be so intrusive. When I say that, I mean two things. One, I didn't like that they would show the corner, but you couldn't hear the corner. I thought that was a little whack.
Yeah.
I also don't like that they kind of skipped over like walkouts to give you commercials. Again, this being said, with the fact that I know that they just only had their first event and they had to do a lot of other stuff to kind of hype people up for it being the beginning. They needed to show their welcome to Paramount Plus nonsense. Here's the history of the UFC. All that stuff they had to get out of the way. So I'm hoping with 325 and going forward, it is crisp. You know what I'm saying? It's dialed in and things look a little bit better.
I think things are going to get better for sure. I don't know how it's not so often I see apps get really like updated like that.
No.
ESPN never did when it...
It's not huge things, but I do think that with some like something like this where it's like, all right, we just signed a 7-year deal and we already had like this much like level of engagement. Let's adjust where we can. I don't think the commercials are going to get cut back. I think that they're more so going to get like changed a little bit. Like I said, I think they might change the way that they show them, but they're still going to be there. Like I said, I don't mind it. If you're going to show me the corner work and they're going to tell me that you're going to cut to them to speak and then I can't hear them at all, why would you do that at all? Just play me the commercial. Don't show me the corner.
I personally think we could do a better job with designing these apps.
We'll reach out.
Yeah.
I got to plug
like
over UFC headquarters.
And like, why'd you do this? You should have done this. Where's this? Put this here. Little tweaks. I think they should always call on us to make those revisions.
I'll send out the email after we finish up with this episode. I think it'll get through, and I think that your voice will be heard and changes will be made almost immediately, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And for that, ladies and gentlemen,
yes, sir.
I have been Juan Bread. This has been the BMF champion of the world. This has been Uneducated MMA. Please tune in to UFC 325 this Saturday. And, of course, subscribe to Uneducated MMA on all socials. Shout out to 806 The Show. Yeah. Shout out to Vibe Entertainment. Shout out to Nerd Gods. Who am I missing? Shout out to Straight to the Point. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to my dad.
Shout out for your entertainment.
Shout out for your entertainment. I gotta remember to start using that one. We only had one episode out. I had a lot of fun. I hope I go to be back. I think I said a lot of cool things. I don't know. I'm gonna talk to Melvin after this. He seemed like he wanted me off, but I don't know. I'm gonna start beefing. Maybe people will start watching it because they're like, oh, I heard that they were fighting on the show. So yeah, you heard it here first. Even though he's behind the camera, you can definitely hear me. Me and Melvin are beefing on For Your Entertainment. Check that out to see the fights behind the scenes. I think if we take 806 and we go the route of like baddies in the Zeus network, you feel me?
Yeah,
like,
we don't have enough drama on the show.
No. I say next 806 episode. Next 806 episode, just because he's not in the room, you just pull Volk over the table and just attack John.
Yeah, I'm attacking.
Say nothing to nobody.
I told you. I'm mid-episode.
Off of the littlest thing that he said.
What's going on with 806? We'll clip it. And
walk out mid-episode.
Yeah.
Say nothing and just get up and walk out mid-episode. You're like, I'm tired of this, bro.
All those things brewing and we're fucking. I don't even know.
Just random drama. And then behind the scenes, we're laughing at everybody in the comments. It's so funny. But yeah, shout out to everybody. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment. Again, this has been Uneducated MMA. Peace. DJ, play my music.